You'll float too. 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 So I just felt like there was so much to talk about it, I decided to do a spoilers video. I don't know if this will be a regular thing or not. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I did say this is a spoilers discussion, so if you happen to be in the wrong video, you can go ahead and go down to the description and find a spoiler-free review where you can find my rating and my thoughts of the movie. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. So let's get into it. Now, like I said in my spoiler-free review, I haven't read the book. I haven't seen the original movie, so I pretty much went into this movie blind. So the first thing that I want to address is the thing that bothered me the most, and probably bothered a good majority of the people the most, is that scene towards the end, you know, when that kid kisses the girl and all of a sudden she's fine? I was just like, seriously? Wow, we just went to that level? We went to a fairy tale, basically? I mean, I'm sure a bunch of people were just like, slapping themselves in the face at that point. However, I honestly expected them to make a joke out of that scene because there's this moment of silence and there's like a pause between the kiss and when she actually comes back. Like, I just really thought they were going to make a joke out of it. However, they didn't make a joke about it and she came back to life and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize we were doing that type of thing. I honestly didn't realize Pennywise was all these different creatures until like the library scene where he's that headless man running after the kid, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense why all those monsters were showing up. I just wish I knew that a little bit earlier. And I also learned during that library scene that the adults, they can't see what's going on because I just realized that as this balloon's floating by and the adults are just still. And honestly, that's something I've had a little bit of a problem with because whenever there's like a balloon or something that's going on, everyone's just like still in the background, like while a kid or kids are trying to figure out what the heck is going on, yet those people don't ask what they're doing since they can't see the balloon or Pennywise or anything like that, which I thought was just kind of odd. And honestly, did anyone notice the librarian staring the kid down? Honestly, I found that more scary than the balloon going by because she's just like focusing on him and she's like not moving at all. And it was really weird. I honestly thought she was just gonna all of a sudden just be behind him or something like that. But I was wrong. Like I said in my spoiler-free review, I honestly didn't find the movie all that scary. I found it more comical than scary. But easily the scariest scene was that screen projector screen where he just comes out of the screen projector. I honestly wasn't expecting that at all. But, I mean, that was easily, like, one of my favorite scenes of the entire movie. He's just like, roar! But it's like, it was not expecting at all because honestly, I was sitting there like, yeah, I've seen this in the trailer good amount of times. I'm like, I know what's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden that happens. That surprised me, I'll admit. And another really nice scene was when the kids were trying to defeat Pennywise and he keeps on changing into these creatures that the kids are supposed to be afraid of, but they're not scared anymore because they grew up, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm tough. But it was just really cool looking visually. And so I have a couple questions for the people that have read the book because I really don't know, so let me know in the comments if you happen to know some of these answers to these questions. First off, why are all the adults like insane or really odd? Like, I really didn't completely get that because they're all like evil in some type of way. I don't know if they have like troubled childhoods because of this Pennywise thing, which I honestly didn't even think about till now because maybe they lost a bunch of their friends and they kind of turned evil because of it or something like that. But there's also that kid that is only like, what, 15 and he wanted to kill like a cat and stuff like that. Like, what the heck is his problem? Like, why is he like that? Like, what kind of person does that? He's just like an evil, evil person. And then there's multiple scenes where Pennywise's eyes change colors. Like, it's especially apparent during the sewer scene towards the very, very beginning, where his eyes turn from blue to brown, or vice versa. I don't really remember. But I thought that was really interesting, and I was kind of curious what the eye color actually means. And I don't know if that's actually explained in the book, but it was kind of cool to look at, not gonna lie. And it was kind of like an added element to Pennywise. And my final question is, why does Pennywise come out every 27 years? Like, I really don't understand that because it's kind of a odd number. It just seems kind of random and picked out of a hat. But I feel like there's got to be some kind of meaning to it. Like, I've heard that there's more detail in when they're adults, like learning more about Pennywise and what he actually is and why he does it and stuff like that. At least that's what I've heard. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. And by the way, that brings me to my final point of, holy crap, this is only part one, which actually someone in the audience actually felt like, which I honestly didn't realize that this was like a two-parter, but I'm kind of interested to see what they'll do in the second part because I'm really interested in what they'll do with these characters and especially Pennywise. So thank you all very much for watching this, and if you enjoyed this, go ahead and check out my spoiler-free review and help me out there. And you can leave a like on this video and the other video, you know what I'm saying? And you go ahead and subscribe to see more content like this. And remember, no movie is a perfect 10 out of 10. God bless you all.